Hello my loves and welcome back to my hair channel. Today I'm going to be telling you about 10 of my top tips on how to tame frizzy hair. Now my hair personally is very frizzy. It's not as bad as it used to be, I have to admit. I've really learned how to tame my frizz, make it more healthier so it doesn't get as frizzy, and my hair naturally is a wavy texture. So there are many things that can attribute to frizzy hair, such as genetics. You can just be genetically predisposed to really frizzy hair. If you naturally have dry hair like I do, that means that your hair is going to be a lot more prone to becoming frizzy because it lacks moisture, and anytime you're in a humid environment, it just sucks up all of the moisture in the air because it wants to hydrate itself. Another thing that can cause frizzy hair is overexposing your hair to too much heat or UV rays. That can also dry out your hair and suck all the moisture out of it and make your hair look frizzy and damaged and dry. And also harsh chemicals such as bleach. Bleaching is a very harsh chemical process, and unfortunately, if you're like me and you love blonde hair, it's so much harder to maintain. So if you do have bleached hair, if you're suffering from frizzy hair and dry hair, hopefully some of the tips and tricks that I'll show you will help maintain and help make your hair a lot more healthier and a lot less prone to becoming frizzy. So without further ado, if you want to know my top 10 tips to tame frizzy hair, then please keep watching. So my first tip is to avoid any products that have harsh chemicals in them or sulfates. Most of the drugstore brands do contain sulfates and parabens and other harsh chemicals that can strip your hair of its natural oils and cause it to become even more dry, making your hair more prone to becoming frizzy. There are a lot of amazing natural brands out there that don't contain these nasty chemicals, such as John Masters Organics, Giovanni, Andalou Naturals. I use all of these brands and they're absolutely amazing and they have done wonders for my hair. All of these brands are available on Amazon, or you can get them at Whole Foods most of the time. You can also get them on iHerb or well.ca. My next tip is to always, I can't stress this enough, to use a heat protectant before heat styling your hair. Using a really good heat protectant before you heat style your hair, or even if you go outside and you're gonna be exposed to UV rays, it really creates a protective barrier over your hair and prevents any heat damage and minimizes the amount of damage that's going to be caused to your hair. So the healthier your hair is, the more it's going to be able to retain its moisture, the less frizzy it will be. You guys know I love my heat protectant spray by Giovanni, but unfortunately I can't seem to find the avocado and olive oil one that I've been using for like the past year or so. I think they discontinued it. So recently I've been loving the Bumble Hairdressers Invisible Oil. This is a multi-purpose oil. You can use it before you heat style your hair to protect your hair from heat damage, and you can also use it after you style your hair as like a finishing serum. It smells amazing. It's very lightweight and does not make your hair look greasy. As always, all of the products that we'll be talking about in my videos will be linked in the description box below, so it'll be easy for you guys to find for those of you who are interested. My next tip is that if you do bleach your hair like I do, try to minimize the amount of bleach that you put on your hair by extending the amount of time that you have in between hair appointments. So I typically get my hair done once every 2 months. I did get balayage done, so my ends are bleached. So what I try to do is I tell my hairdresser not to touch my hair at the ends. Instead, I get baby lights. And when you get baby lights, you're using a lot less bleach per appointment, so you're not damaging your hair as much. And I also have my hairdresser mix in Olaplex into my treatments, which is a treatment that bonds your hair, so it minimizes the amount of damage caused to your hair by bleach. If you bleach your hair and you find that your hair becomes brassy really quick and it's hard for you to go long in between appointments, or it's hard for you to go over your entire head of hair with bleach to tone it down or to make your hair look less brassy, I would recommend doing coconut oil treatments on your hair every time you wash your hair. So personally, I wash my hair every 5 to 7 days. Before I wash my hair, I apply coconut oil all throughout my hair. I saturate my hair completely in it and I leave it in my hair for at least 3 hours before I know I'm going to wash my hair. And what the coconut oil does, it basically creates a barrier around your hair so that when you do wash your hair, the water is going to have a really hard time getting into your strands and stripping your strands away from color. Coconut oil is also really amazing for nourishing your hair and making your hair overall much healthier. So it has a lot of amazing benefits for your hair, but that's one of the main reasons that I use coconut oil treatments on my hair, and I highly highly recommend it. And I mentioned it in my videos probably a billion times already. My next tip is to avoid products that have alcohol in it. Now, I personally do not use hairspray. Hairspray is like the #1 culprit that has alcohol in it. Other products that have alcohol in it are some heat protectant sprays, some other hair creams and stuff. And alcohol is put into those products to make the product dry much faster so it doesn't leave your hair wet looking. But unfortunately, in the process, it also dries out your hair. It makes your hair a lot more prone to frizz because it's looking for that moisture somewhere else. Another thing that I have been guilty of doing for the longest time ever was spraying perfume into my hair. Now, I'm sure like many girls out there love when their hair smells amazing, but spraying perfume directly onto your hair will actually dry your hair out and again, will make your hair become more frizzy. But if you're like me and you still want your hair to smell really, really good and you want to use some kind of perfume on your hair to make it smell good, I would really recommend getting a oil-based hair mist or body mist. I personally am obsessed with this one by Angel. This is the Perfuming body oil. There's no alcohol in it and I love spraying it in my hair. You need just 1 spritz of this stuff and your hair smells so, so good and it lingers all day long. I've also talked about this in many of my videos. I love this. This is like my favorite ever, as you can see. I probably mentioned this product in my videos at least 100 times already, so you guys know how much I love this and I highly recommend it. My next tip is to nourish your hair with protein-rich masks. Now, for those of you who don't know, hair is made out of keratin, which is a type of protein. So if you nourish your hair with protein, it's going to be much healthier overall. It's not going to be as dry and it's not going to be so deprived of moisture that when you're in a humid environment, it just sucks all the moisture out of the air. So my personal favorite protein mask that I've been using for the last 6 months or so is this one right here that has a strand of hair attached to it because I just used it last night. This is the Platin Professional Hair Mask Black Caviar and Silk Protein Hair Mask. This is what it looks like. I have seen this in a ton of hair salons all across Ontario. I'm pretty sure they're available all across Canada, and I don't see why they would not be available in the US. This product is made in Israel, so I'm pretty sure they distribute it internationally, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna try to find it on Amazon. I get this tub straight from my hairdresser, so if you guys are interested in this product but you don't want to go to a salon to purchase it or to search for it, I will try to find it online so you can purchase it directly online. And I'm telling you guys, this stuff smells absolutely amazing and you need the smallest amount of it, and when you put it in your hair just feels like silk. It's the most incredible mask I have ever used in my life. So in addition to your hair being made out of proteins, your hair is also made out of fat and water. So in order for your hair to thrive and be at its healthiest state, you want to include a lot of healthy fats, unsaturated fats, lean proteins, and plenty of water in your diet. So some unsaturated fats can include avocados, olive oil, grapeseed oil. Some amazing lean proteins include lean chicken, lean turkey, fish, and I always try to drink at least 2 to 3 liters of water every single day to make sure that my skin and my hair is hydrated, because I unfortunately also suffer from dry skin. So if any of you are suffering from dry skin or dry hair, drinking enough water and having a diet full of amazing lean proteins and unsaturated fats will really help you out. And I promise you, if you're consistent, you will see a huge difference. My next tip is to embrace oils and serums. And for the longest time, I can't even tell you how terrified I was of using oil in my hair because I thought my hair was going to be weighed down and look greasy. But to be honest, it's the best thing that's ever happened to my hair. Just like my skin, I noticed that my skin and my hair react amazingly to oils and serums. It's just the most hydrating thing that I can do for my skin and my hair. And you honestly need the smallest amount, so it's not gonna weigh down your hair or make it greasy. So if you guys are worried about that, I highly recommend trying it out. I promise you, you will love the results. And another great thing is that the oil creates a barrier around your hair strands so that your hair strands are not as thirsty for that hydration to get it from the air. So your hair is going to be a lot less prone to getting frizzy. So I'm going to show you a few oils and serums that I personally really love and use on my hair on a consistent basis. So I already showed you the Bumble Invisible Hairdressers oil. This one is absolutely amazing. I also really love the Prairie Naturals Moonshine Silica Finishing Serum. This one I put on the ends of my hair after I've styled my hair, and it makes my hair look super smooth and healthy and shiny. Another product that I really love is this one by Giovanni. This is the Frizz Be Gone Super Smoothing Anti-Frizz Hair Serum. This is more of a thicker serum, but again, you only need a small amount for your entire head. And I find that this one really tames your frizz and keeps your hair looking smooth. Another oil that I'm obsessed with is this one by Verb. This is their Ghost Oil. It's a smoothing Moringa blend weightless hair oil, and I totally agree with that. This is like the most weightless hair oil I've ever used on my hair. It's kind of the same consistency as the Giovanni, but this one is even more lightweight when you put it into your hair. It kind of doesn't make any sense, but once you use it, you'll totally understand what I'm talking about. And this one also has a very subtle, pleasant scent. And I picked this up on Sephora. Again, I'm going to link everything in the description box below. And the last product I want to talk about is this product right here. And as you can see, I've loved it quite a bit. This smells so amazing. If you put this in your hair, you don't even need to put in a perfuming oil into your hair because your hair will smell so delicious after this. This is the Rock Your Hair Moringa Dry Oil Mist, and it works by defrizzing, smoothing, and adding intense shine to your hair. And this you can get on Amazon. It's super inexpensive, and I absolutely love this product. My next tip is to keep your heat styling tools within a safe temperature range to avoid overexposing your hair to too much heat. This can dry out your hair, it can damage your hair, and it can also make your hair more prone to frizz because your hair obviously is super dry and it's trying to get that moisture from somewhere else. So for a reference, if your hair is on the thinner side, you want to use your heat styling tools on a lower setting. If your hair is on the thicker side, you can get away with using heat styling tools on a little bit of a higher setting. So my hair personally is on like the medium thick side. So when I use my flat iron, I use it on the 290 Fahrenheit setting, and when I use a curling iron, I use it on the like 250 Fahrenheit setting. And the reason why I use my curling wand on a lower setting than my flat iron is because when you use a curling wand, you're leaving your hair on the curling wand for a longer period of time, so it's being exposed to more heat than it would if you were to just run your flat iron through your hair once or twice. If you like to blow dry your hair, I would recommend waiting until your hair is about 70 to 80% dry. You can actually still blow dry your hair if it's completely dry. So that way you're not going over the same section over and over to get it from completely wet to completely dry. So that way you're going to be exposing your hair to a lot less heat and it's going to be less damaging to your hair. My next tip is to always dry your hair with a cotton t-shirt or a material that has been specifically designed for drying your hair naturally. Do not use a towel to dry your hair because the fibers on a towel are very harsh, and those fibers create a lot of friction in your hair. It causes your hair to be really dry, and it also makes your hair a lot more frizzy. If you are one of those people who don't really like the whole cotton t-shirt thing, I want to recommend a brand to you that I have been loving. It's been almost a year since I've been using these products. This is by the line called Aquis, and these towels have been specifically made for drying hair. This is their hair towel, and it is a very soft material. It's nothing like a towel at all. The fibers are very fine, and I find that it really minimizes the amount of frizz that my hair gets after I use these towels. So what I do is after I come out of the shower, I dry my hair with this towel over here, and I always pat and squeeze my hair dry. I never rub my hair because again, rubbing can make your hair more frizzy due to friction. So after I've towel dried my hair using this Aquis hair towel, I then use this turban by the same brand. So basically what you do is just you loop this part over your head and you put your hair into the bottom part, you twist it, and then at the back of the towel it has a little button, and at the top here it has a little loop. So all you do is loop it like that, and the turban is comfortably and securely on your head until you decide to take it out. So this has been my favorite way of drying my hair. It's super easy, it's super gentle. I highly recommend it. So again, I will link it down below for those of you who are interested. And my last tip is for those of you who are out and about and traveling. Your hair looks smooth when you walk out of your house, but then all of a sudden, while you're out and about, you notice that your hair is starting to become really poofy and frizzy. So what do you do then when you don't have any oils or serums or anything that can tame that frizz? If you have a moisturizer in your handbag, chances are one of the first 3 ingredients in it is glycerin. And if you don't have a moisturizer in your handbag that has glycerin, I just highly recommend going out and picking one up. You don't have to get a large bottle of moisturizer, just get one of those travel size ones and keep it in your purse at all times. That way, if you do experience some frizz while you're out and about, you have something that you can do about it. So glycerin works by making stuff stick together. So it will help smooth out your hair and keep your hair together. It's not like a glue. Don't worry, your hair is not going to be like stuck, but it's going to help smooth out the frizz and keep it from getting out of control. And a good natural moisturizer typically has ingredients in it that will help hydrate. So if you're getting that hydration from the moisturizer, your hair is going to be a lot less likely to seek that moisture from the air. Okay guys, so that wraps up my 10 tips to tame frizzy hair. I really hope that you found it helpful and will try out some of the tips that I recommended in this video. If you didn't know, I recently launched a beauty channel with a bunch of beauty tips and beauty tutorials, beauty hacks, and much more. So if you guys are interested in that, please feel free to click the video in the top right corner to go on over to my beauty channel. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this one. You can also follow the Fancy Hair Instagram account for daily hair inspiration and follow my personal account to stay connected with me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you in my next video.